what is one advice or suggestion that you'd like to give them to increase their prospects of getting accepted?
So there's two levels, I suppose, to that question. The first one is get in the interview, and the second one is once you have the interview to do well. So I can answer both those pieces. In terms of get in the interview, I would say probably some obvious things, which are do well, score well. Those are things that BCG looks for. What are the scores? And also try to get to know somebody at the company so that you're not just in a stack of applications. So those would be the parts about getting the interview itself, and then getting the offer. I'll talk from a BCG perspective, which is it's really about the case interview. And what I would say is practice. And I think I'm a pretty smart guy. And when I was at the business school, some of the other people in the consulting club wanted to do practice interviews, and I didn't think it was a really valuable exercise. And I will tell you that the first couple of practices that I did, and I was only doing it to be nice to those guys, I was terrible. But then I got a lot better through the practice. And so I did pretty well on the case interviews when I did them for real, but practice really helped a lot.
That's lovely. Is there any specific technical skills that are perhaps more valued than others that you would suggest?
So, again, I'm really going to talk from the BCG perspective versus other consulting firms. So certainly, there are going to be some consulting firms who have a very specific focus that a technical skill would absolutely be really, really important for. In general, for BCG, it's about horsepower. Is this person smart? Is this something that they really want to do? Their work is not easy, and so it's not for everybody. And so those are the main things. I suppose if I wanted to talk about a technical skill, the more somebody can understand analytical tools like Excel and all the things that are emerging, that's pretty valuable, as is then understanding the way technology is impacting the way businesses work. So AI is the thing that everybody's excited about now. But the more somebody is at least conversant, if not familiar, with technology, that's so integral to the work these days. Knowing about that, I'm not talking about writing software, but knowing what these technologies are and what they can be used for and how they work is really important.
Finally, something else a number of students have spoken to me about is how relevant do you feel any of these college societies or clubs that all of these universities have? Do you think a leadership position in any of them is also an asset, or do you think that's negligible? That doesn't make much of a difference. It's all about the case interview.
Yeah. So again, I'll say this the last time. I'm only talking BCG because I don't know what others really care about. For BCG, it's honestly not important.
Not important. All right. Well, thank you.
Now, what I will say is it can absolutely be important if BCG gets a lot of terrific applicants, right? And so to the extent somebody has done something, especially if they've created or started something, doesn't have to be the biggest thing in the world, but they've gone out and done something and made an impact, that really matters, actually. So joining a club or that kind of thing is really not that important, but actually getting out there and doing something, even if it's small, is important.